Alright, so it's a good idea to become familiar with circles and ellipses when they are written in parametric forms. They usually all take the same form. They have x equals some variation of cosine or sine, some coefficient here, and y has the other one. If one has sine, the other one has cosine. If you've got the same coefficient here, it'll turn out to be a circle. If they're different, it'll be more of an ellipse. If you're new to parametric equations, it would be very instructive for you to actually make a table yourself and plotting points for t. Take t to be radians or degrees, whatever you want, and increase it and see what happens. We've done this here, and it looks more or less like this. I'll show you. I'll run through the first couple lines here. When t is equal to 0, that would put a 0 there. You'd have 3 cosine of 0. Cosine 0 is equal to 1. 1 times 3 is 3. That's how you get that value. Sine of 0 is 0 times 3 is 0. That's how you get that value, etc., etc. You plot these points. At t is equal to 0, you're here. T is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0.5, you're at 2.61.4. Your y's are getting bigger. Your x's are getting smaller. You can see, of course, you're tracing a circle. And not only that, but you have the direction. As t increases, you go around and around. It's pretty obvious to see that this would be when t is equal to pi over 2. It's not a coincidence, it's pointing towards pi over 2. When t is equal to pi, you're over here, etc., etc. Okay, that would be parametric equations. Again, most instructive if you're a beginner. Do the table. If you're a little bit past the beginner stage, just recognize whenever you have cosines and sines, you've got yourself an ellipse or a circle. And we'll talk more about this in a few minutes when we actually convert it using some algebra. Alright, so that's the ellipse. That's a circle. Maybe we can try an ellipse. An ellipse would look something like this. The key feature here is that these coefficients don't match, and so if you go on and you make the table, you see, for example, at t is equal to 0, this would be cosine of 0 times 4. That would put you at 4 over here. At 0.5, that would put you at 3.51, somewhere around here. When t is equal to 1, that would put you at 2.2, 1.7. See, these numbers are not getting much past 2 because the y would never be bigger than 2. Look at, it's 2 times a sine. The sine thing is always between 1 and -1, so the y would never get past 2. And of course the x would never get past 4, etc., etc. You see the parametric curve that's traced is this one. This is t is equal to 0, this is t is equal to pi over 2, etc., etc. Alright, so you should become familiar with circles and ellipses in parametric forms. Next, what should we do? We should actually do the algebra here and convert some of these equations.